of the few and far between modern-day states that managed to slip out of the imperial intruder's grasp, Ethiopia stands as one of the most impressive. During the 19th century, numerous frontier powers had understood that Africa filled in as a decent wellspring of regular assets and extra benefit. Europeans had truly been in Africa since the 15th century, laying out investigation missions and exchange posts along the coast. In the end, every domain likewise understood that
translation, they were selling that white Jesus.
They would probably be rivaling their adjoining European powers and thus expected to make a few claims to the lands they wished to use. This provoked a period by and large referred to as Scramble for Africa.
All right, let's get into it. Welcome to another episode, y'all. 3, 2, 1. Top Hill, episode 218. Right? I think that's what I said, right? All right. Welcome to another episode of the Top Hill Live. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Live, a.k.a. Imani Boss.
And I am the Carmen.
The Carmen in the building. Guys, I'm not gonna waste you guys' time at all. We're gonna get right into the reactions. We got a special episode for you guys today. We're diving into the land that was never colonized, Ethiopia, man. So we got a lot of Ethiopian content dropping this week. So make sure you guys tune in and let's get right into it. Hey, FYI, this is Imani and Carmen. This is episode 218. Can you let the people know who you are and what the show is all about?
Absolutely, Imani and Carmen. Let's dive into episode 218. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 218 of the Top Hill Live Show. I'm FYI, your creative voice assistant. Excited to be here with your wonderful hosts, Imani and Carmen, as we continue exploring and connecting. Our mission is to bridge the gap between African cultures on the continent and in the diaspora, diving into music, real estate, culture, and so much more. We're passionate about celebrating diversity and building a global community through engaging conversations and live reactions. Whether you're tuning in from Lagos, London, Johannesburg, or Jamaica, this show is crafted for you. Join us as we explore trending topics, share unique experiences, and fuel our passion for traveling to Africa. A huge thank you to the Top Hill family for your continued support. You make each episode vibrant and special. And a warm welcome to our new viewers. We're delighted to have you with us on this journey. Let's dive into episode 218 with excitement and curiosity. Now, back to our fantastic hosts, Imani and Carmen.
Let's get into it. Thank you, FYI. Okay, guys, we're going to get right into it. We got an exciting episode for you guys today. We're going to dive into the beautiful country of Ethiopia, the land that was never colonized. So much so, like, they don't have an Independence Day. Out of all the countries, they have a Victory Day. Like, that's lit. They have a Victory Day. Like, yeah, we beat this nigga. Like, that's fire. That is absolutely fire.
A Victory Day.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
Is everyone off? Like, how good does it get over there?
I don't know. But
does anyone have to work on Victory Day? Answer in the comments, please.
You also, they have a completely different calendar.
What?
They have 13 months out of the year, not 12. They also have like a different time.
So, like, how does that work?
Okay. Ethiopia. Make sure I don't spell y'all wrong.
Because I'm like, what if you move and your birthday's on the 13th month? Like, is it like a leap year type of thing? Like, I'm still celebrate.
So they're technically in 2017.
What? Oh, so they just like got the Ray Shremmer era. Like,
we're in 2025. They're in 2017, according to their calendar, and like they have different times. It's a lot of things going on with Ethiopia, man. Like,
I mean, it sounds like good times.
I'm cool. No, take me back to 2017. Okay, before the pandemic.
They didn't get COVID yet. Like,
right. But yeah, I definitely want to learn more about this country. Like, I know little bits and pieces of it. I actually, it's up to y'all to declare this or not. I don't know if you would consider if I've been there or not. But I did have a layover in Ethiopia.
I mean,
I touched the ground.
yeah, you
You
touched.
know,
But did you leave the airport?
I did not leave the airport.
But you touched the ground.
I touched the ground.
I mean, I had a layover in Minnesota. I'd be like, yeah, I've been to Minnesota.
Facts. Like, I know y'all was like, nah, that doesn't count. But, like, technically the plane, it's not the one that connects directly to the airport. So I walked in. I touched the ground of Ethiopia.
You met the peoples of Ethiopia?
I definitely met the people. I had the peoples. I had the Ethiopian coffee.
Yeah.
Where originally that's where coffee comes from in Ethiopia. They're the first ones to make it.
Oh.
Another fun fact. And it was the strongest freaking coffee. They serve it in like a little tiny teacup like this, Carmen. Like this. And I was
Were you able to buy a bag, or did they have that option?
They did have that option. I don't know why I didn't do it, but yeah.
You probably thought you was going to find that golden goose again.
I don't know. Like, I'm not a big coffee drinker either. You know what I mean? I still got coffee. I got coffee from Colombia that's been sitting in my house for like 4 years.
Ask him what's in the cup.
I was wired for that whole day. I don't know. I didn't want to ask too many questions, but it's like, it had to be all right. It was like in the airport, right? It had to be all right.
Oh my God. What I would do for a good cup of coffee. No, the best coffee I ever had was in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, that's good coffee too. Yeah, that's good coffee. But yeah, and another standout moment for me in Ethiopia was the people. Like, even though I didn't leave the airport, I got to go to the stores and meet the people who work there, right? And the people that work there are you want to get on the show? The people that work there were extremely nice and friendly. And one of the first things that somebody said to me is just like, hey, I just want to let you know that I know we're like different, but we're also the same. Like, we're both black. Mm-hmm. I want to let you know that I love you, and you're welcome to Ethiopia and stuff like that. Like, I was like,
I wouldn't know what to do with that much kindness.
I was like, what the heck? I was like, that was really beautiful.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you gonna do to me? Like, I would not know what to do with that much kindness.
Yeah, it was just them genuine. Like, she didn't want anything from me or anything like that. She just like wanted me to like have that message. You know what I mean? Because it's rare that black Americans fly to Africa, especially during that time. Because I think that was one of the earliest times that I went. Mm-hmm. My first trip to Africa was in Tanzania. So that was 2019, 2020, like right during pandemic time. So, but yeah, so like that had the lasting effect on me. And then I started to see like, okay, Ethiopians had a very distinctive look to them as well too. And there's a lot of Ethiopians here in the DMV and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I know a couple of y'all. Yeah. And then I started asking more. I actually had an Airbnb guest stayed at one of my Airbnb, and just nice people. They cooked for me. Like, it was just Ethiopian people are fire. I love it. They're dope. So, shout out to the Ethiopians, man.
My intrusive thoughts.
Uh-oh. No, go ahead.
I ain't that bad. I was just like, land of the forehead.
Yeah. No, they are known. Like, East Africans, Ethiopians, they're known to have, large foreheads.
But you're smart. You got large brain.
Yeah, very smart. Y'all use the brain tactics to keep them colonizers out. All right.
No, really.
But also, Ethiopia is like...
No, dead ass.
Yeah, like, for real, though. So there's some truth in this. But in comedy sketches. But also, Ethiopia is like known to has like some of the most beautiful people in the world too, like all the time. So I want to know more about how and why Ethiopia was not colonized. I do know the Italians were the ones that tried to get it, and they failed. Yeah. So let's get right into it. We're going to dive into this channel. We have not seen this channel before. It's the first time reacting to it. It's called We Love Africa. Hey, we love Africa too. It's titled The Scramble for Africa, Why Wasn't Ethiopia Colonized? If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We greatly
that will never not be a flex.
Facts. Like, forever for their bad, they will always have, like, we was never colonized. I'm like, yeah, that's fire. All right, let's get into it.
In our world, where most present-day countries were at one point either colonized or the colonizer, It appears all in all a secret how a few locales stayed immaculate by this significant time in the past. It's particularly astounding to observe that there were a few regions in Africa that stayed untouched by the Portuguese, English, Spanish, French, Belgian, and Italian colonial powers who swarmed the continent with simultaneous goals of expanding their empires. Of the few and far between modern-day states that managed to slip out of the imperial intruder's grasp, Ethiopia stands as one of the most impressive. During the 19th century, numerous frontier powers had understood that Africa filled in as a decent wellspring of regular assets and extra benefit. Europeans had truly been in Africa since the 15th century, laying out investigation missions and exchange posts along the coast. In the end, every domain likewise understood that
translation, they were selling that white Jesus.
they would probably be rivaling their adjoining European powers and thus expected to make a few claims to the lands they wished to use. This provoked a period by and large referred to as the Scramble for Africa. When the Scramble started, Europeans had arrived at the landmass driven by monetary and political reasons. The European chiefs realized that it would just be time before war would break out between them. In the event that some sort of arrangement was not made regarding who might control what parts of the mainland, 13 European countries met with one another and the U.S. for the Berlin Gathering.
Freaking nerve.
It's
You guys are gathering together to be like, yeah, we're going to take this.
Yeah, it's the
You get
audacity.
this piece, I get that piece. And it's like the people involved, like, fuck them. Fuck what they got to say.
They didn't care about who was it. And it wasn't like Africa didn't have, kingdoms and sovereignty, in these certain places too. They try to make us believe that they were just all savages. And
You taught them how to wipe their ass.
Right. When the Moors came over and taught you guys how to bathe yourselves, how to raise your animals, invented so many things. If you go to Europe today, like in Spain and Portugal, you'll see like a lot of Moorish temples, black statues and stuff like that they'll never show you on Google. But if you go there, you'll see it. But yeah. Yeah, man. So just the nerve and the audacity to say like, hey, yeah, we're going to come down there. And the reason why they came down there, the reason why they even sparked them to come to Africa was because of Mansa Musa.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
It was like, this nigga came with all this damn gold and riches. Where did he come from? We got to get what he got. And then take it.
I think Mansa Musa might honestly, well, he does deserve like maybe
1337.
Yeah.
So he might have known the story about the actual pyramids.
He might.
He might have known something.
He actually traveled to Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he traveled.
He probably got the scoop.
He was cool with the pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were beefing, and then they got cool, basically.
Which one was in that time? Like Tutankhamun?
Let me see here. Mansa Musa and the pharaoh. Mansa Musa, the emperor of Mali Empire, and the pharaohs of ancient Egypt are distinct figures from. Okay, no. Let's see. Mansa Musa and the pharaohs ruled in different areas. Okay.
Eras. Okay.
Oh, you found it?
No. It said ruled in different eras. I'm like, so nothing?
Visit pharaoh.
I'm gonna try to hold my questions into the end of the video because I know how I get.
Yeah. All right, Mansa Musa, the ruler of Mali, visited Cairo, Egypt during the pilgrimage of Mecca in 1324, where he met with Moloch Sultan Al-Nasir Muhammad, and his extravagant spending and gifts caused a temporary decrease in the value of gold in Egypt. Yeah, so basically, Mansa Musa was so freaking wealthy. Like, where he traveled, he crumbled economies wherever he went. Because he just devalued the value of gold because he just had so much.
Is he still like richest man of all time?
I think he was recently passed by like Elon and the Bezos and stuff like that. But like for the longest period, let me see, is Mansa Musa still the wealthiest person to ever live?
What's up with his bloodline? Like, are they?
So the Mali Empire, like technically, like my people, like are descendants of his, of his empire.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, yes, Mansa Musa, the 14th century ruler of Mali, is widely considered the wealthiest person in history, even today's terms, with an estimated fortune equivalent to around $400 billion.
Okay.
So he is still considered the wealthiest person to have ever lived, still to this day.
Monty, where are your reparations, nigga?
I don't got. We don't need reparations. I just need to go home to my family. Go ahead. Where my family check?
Where my piece at?
Where my inheritance at? But yeah, so the Mali Empire, is in modern day, of course, Mali, but also Senegal, Guinea-Bissau.
Okay.
So this is where the Mali Empire ruled. And so like my people were like over here. But yeah. Yeah. So the whole reason why I brought this up, they also created Timbuktu, first colony university.
Timbuktu.
Yeah. So much history that goes in here, so much information. So this is what sparked the Europeans wanting to come to Africa, because this is this picture right here of showing Mansa Musa holding this gold right here. This was widely like shown across, the Roman Empire, like in Europe too. So they knew that this person had wealth. So this is why they came to Africa, to try to get this gold and this wealth that this man had. So.
Damn it! How did we get past Black History Month and didn't have a whole episode on him?
Oh God, yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. We
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
We'll come back for it. Yeah, we do need to do an episode on Mansa Musa. And I also believe there might be a movie possibly coming out too.
No.
I want one.
I want one. I want it done right.
I do too.
Because anything less than right.
Yeah.
Like, hate to say it.
Yeah. No, I know where you're going with it.
No, you don't.
Okay.
I don't know if you do.
I'm prepared. Let's go. What's up?
I need Jordan Peele.
Okay.
But I also need
I'm gonna tell you who they got too, who they're considering doing it.
No, I'm talking about as far as the director.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
You know my favorite director.
Who?
Why is his name slipping my mind?
It's not Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele's like 2, but my favorite director of all time is definitely goddamn
What movie did he do?
Kill Bill.
Oh, Quentin Tarantino. That would be fire.
He needs his hands in it.
That
Jordan Peele, Quentin Tarantino,
yeah.
and like maybe what's that guy's name? There's one other guy, I can't think of his name, but
so who they're considering to do this, or who wants to do the movie, is Ryan Coogler.
Okay.
He's the director who did Black Panther, Fruitvale Station,
Okay.
a lot of other like epically done Black movie, Judas and the Black Messiah. I think that I think he is a perfect director for that role as well too. And who they have potentially casted, and this is just up in the air. Michael B. Jordan.
No.
For Mansa Musa.
No.
You want to see Killmonger up there?
I don't. You.
I don't know who they'll pick.
Me and my plot. I ain't trying to sound like Kanye on this damn thing, but
Get Kanye to do it. Fuck it.
we will never hear the end of that in our lifetime.
That movie will never come out.
That movie will never come out.
Yeah, it will never come out.
But I preferably a new face or somebody a slightly more melanated.
Okay. Yeah.
And believable.
Yeah.
Because we have a description of what he looks like, and that is not Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
That looks more like my uncle than Michael B. Jordan.
You know another person I want to be mad? Denzel Washington's son.
What's he look like?
Go
sit down.
What's his name? What's Denzel Washington's son name, y'all? Denzel Washington.
Because I wouldn't be mad if it was Denzel. He's just a little old to be playing.
Yeah, he getting up there. But his son, John David Washington.
Oh, yes.
He's
fire.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was his son.
Yeah. Yep. He did The Creator.
He's fire.
Yeah, this would be a good one. Tenet was fire, too.
You know what? Hell yeah. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, this is actually a good choice. I will go with that.
But whoever does it, like...
They have to body it. I need the budget behind it.
You have to body it, but also, like... That's it. Like, just like, all these names are slipping my mind. What's his name is Iron Man, and that's just Iron Man forever.
Oh, yeah,
like, that's who you are. Just like Chadwick Boseman was Black Panther. Like, You are Mansa Musa. Because we have no pictures of him.
Yeah. That it's such, to me, that's such an important story to be told, and it needs to be done right, like you said.
It needs to be done like flawlessly executed.
Yeah. Because I think that movie, if done correctly, can outdo Black Panther and even some of the Marvel films. Like, we could look at him like a superhero. Or even some of these
I need to be crying when I leave the goddamn theater.
Facts.
Matter of fact, let Dr. Umar do it.
My algorithm.
Put him in the movie. I want Dr. Umar in the Mansa Musa movie. I said it. Yes, I said it.
Oh my God, he should be in it.
He need to be in it. He need to be in it.
Even if he's a cameo, that would be fine.
Yeah, like just put him in it.
When we think of luxury
I want to show you this.
luxury hotels, we often imagine more than just a place to stay. These are destinations.
Hey, y'all!
Where we at?
What the freak is going on? Anyway,
they're trying to niggify our algorithm.
It was like, they talking about Musa. No, throw in the chicken.
Throw the Don Julio. Look, they already cut us from Twitter.
Right. Did you see? Have you been paying attention to the Drewski's show? This is where my this is the most ghetto shit in the world.
No,
this
because
is so ghetto, Carmen.
because I was
God.
not prepared for what I was watching, and I turned it on with my friend.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Carmen, what is this?" I was like, "I thought it was just some Drewski ads."
Elon, turn our stream back on. Anyway, shout out to the new subscriber. So Dr. Umar featured on Drewski's show.
Oh my God, I didn't even get a chance to see it.
Carmen, it is so freaking hilarious. You gotta check it out. It's hilarious. It is so funny. It is so funny. All right, guys, my bad. We have went into the Mali Empire, but we did want to talk about like why did the Europeans come to Africa in the first place? So that's why we got into Mansa Musa and everything. But let's get back into it.
The meeting started on November 15, 1884, and didn't end until February 26, 1885, and brought about the Berlin Act. The district of current Congo that had proactively been involved by the Belgians was affirmed to be under Belgian belonging. Areas of free trade for everything was set up around the Niger and Congo waterways and the Congo Basin in Lake Malawi. It was agreed that any European entity who took land along the African coast would need to educate other powers regarding this activity. Now the door was open for all of these majestic powers to begin taking once again the landmass of Africa. Italy was one of these domains.
Majestic power. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Shout out to Steiger. Good morning, bro. He said, they came selling white Jesus. We have stories how our tribes was basically forced to ditch our own beliefs for Jesus or risk war, which is ironic when the same Bible preaches about free will. Bro, you are preaching.
You're like free unless you.
We overstand, man. Like,
nigga.
That's gonna be a Patreon episode. White Jesus in Africa. That is. I promise you. I got a whole day for y'all.
I wish we had the video, the movie that the Michelle Obama movie that Viola Davis did.
Oh, I chose to block it out.
I chose to block. I never watched it.
Me either.
But the part where she's like, "You're a nigga." You're a nigga. I wish we had a "you're a nigga" button.
Oh my God. Really, nigga? We need that button too. But yeah, that's what happened. Now we're getting into Ethiopia, guys. Now Ethiopia actually had Christianity before a lot of the Europeans did. They actually have their own.
Is that where the Ark of the Covenant is?
Yes.
Oh!
Yes, actually, it is.
What?
Yes, it's in Ethiopia.
What?
Yeah, they actually have a church.
I fucking knew it.
They have a church there that nobody's allowed to go in. They have a guard that walks around it and protects it, but the person he has like one eye or something like that. Like, it's like.
Do you have to lose an eye for the role?
Well, apparently it's like.
Or is it the same guy?
So apparently.
Who is this Trojan horse?
Apparently, it's like really radioactive near this area.
Oh, and you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We need a page.
Wait!
When I seen that card, I was like, wait a minute, because the Ark of the Covenant. almost looks like a giant battery, but they don't have a picture of it or show it to you.
The battery that powered
the pyramid.
The pyramids.
Yes, because the chamber in the pyramid fits perfectly the size of the Ark of the Covenant. Yeah,
it's the battery.
Yeah.
They took our battery.
Yeah, and if you look at Ethiopia from Egypt,
we'll give it back. Why? Why we can't have it?
It's a perfect route from the Nile River. So, yeah, like
why we can't have it? They're like, you're going to activate those Negroes' powers.
Right. Keep this shit far away. All right. What was I looking up? Oh, yeah. Ark of the Covenant. Ark.
Oh, my bejesus.
Covenant. Ethiopia. So, this is the church that is in.
Oh, wow. Why does he have one eye?
He may not have one eye, but like I know he was pretty jacked up.
Oh.
Like he was jacked up, but my bad, cuz. Oh man.
No, because I'm like, maybe it's a part of the initiation. Like, you have to give your least favorite eye to be able to see what's going on in here.
No. But what was the other thing? So, but there are also some people who believe that the Ark of the Covenant is, of course, not in there anymore. They think that the church has been raided before, and there's potential that it's not
Pope
there.
has it, and that's why he's sick. Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Moving right along, but yeah, Ethiopia has a lot of amazing history things, conspiracies.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
Subscribe, yeah. I'm about to make it after this episode because Ethiopia it's just so close. It's just so much. It's so much up there. But yeah, Ethiopia has one of the earliest forms of Christianity. Most Ethiopians are Orthodox Christians even to this day. They didn't have to have them colonized to get Christianity. They already had it. And they also had
That's why they left them alone.
Kind of, but they also have the Ethiopian Bible, which has all the same books of the Bible that the Roman Catholics had and the Greeks had.
Oh, Jesus has already been here.
But they also have 10 extra books. The book of Enoch is in the Ethiopian Bible.
So they didn't take it out.
Exactly. Exactly. So there's some Christians who don't believe that the Ethiopian Bible is legitimate or whatever, but it has all the same stuff. Just has the extra stuff that was left out.
I feel like even like I want to successfully read through the Book of Enoch, but I feel like all the versions that are readily available are still tampered with.
Yeah, I agree. I don't believe almost anything like that they show us.
Like, yeah, it's on the TikTok shop. This is the Book of Enoch.
Right.
It's right here.
Because like, how are we even going to be able? We don't even know how to read or understand Latin. They could just tell us, say, hey, yeah, this line means this, and we would never know.
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah. Damn, we shout out to Ethiopia, man. I love this so far, man. This is our bag. All right, let's get back to it.
And immediately put its focus on Ethiopia. In the wake of starting to lay out what might turn into its Eritrean state, moving to grow this province more, the Italians sent their special court of Africa into the port town of Mazala, which was at the time under the power of the Ethiopian realm in 1887. The latter at first sent a warning to the Italian authorities that they were disregarding a settlement that had been endorsed between Ethiopia, referred to them as Abyssinia, England, and Egypt. However, the warning was not heeded. Rather, Italy chose to double down and started to plan for a fight at the Sahadi fortification with 167 Italian soldiers with 1,000 local people. The town's lead representative, Ras Alula Ngado, was not even marginally lenient toward this move and chose to out assault the fortification and its occupants. This unsafe choice brought about a lamentable number of losses for the Ethiopians, with a couple of Italians being harmed and none killed. The attacking troops had been no match for the post-cannon rifles and were presently compelled to withdraw, while a few actually stayed alive. Still, the Italians were currently falling short on ammo and further felt need fortifications, which caught about around 550 extra soldiers being shipped off to the fortifications. Thanks to his government agents, Ras Alula was given a heads up and immediately assembled a new armed force to walk back to the fortifications before the reinforcements could show up. This time, the Ethiopians enormously outnumbered the Italians, who still have predominant weaponry yet low ammo. The fight continued on for a couple of hours before the ammunition at last ran out and the Ethiopians directed their foes, nearly clearing them out completely. This extensively maddened the enduring Italians and their authorities, which transformed the newly discovered battle into a political battle as well as an individual grudge. Now, toward the end of January, Italy voted to send a gigantic new drive once again to Eritrea to retaliate for their loss, while the Ethiopian ruler Johannes IV chose to halt his soldiers out of the region. For the time being, this turned out to be a savvy move, as the Italians were unexpectedly tormented by illness and compelled to walk back home. The remainder of the year was set apart by a time of obscure legislative politics and volatile coalitions. The Italians wanted to pay off the opponents of Johannes into partnerships with them, while the ruler himself hoped to keep up with solidarity inside the district so they would have support against the attacking danger. At last, with the passing of Johannes, as he battled somewhere else against the maddest Sudanese threat, the Italians made some level of progress, as the ruler was prevailed by Menelik of Shiva, who may had recently framed a collusion with which achieved the settlement in which Italy's new belongings, all through the establishment of Italian Eritrea, were recognized by the Ethiopian Empire. Still, however, Ethiopia lost a portion of the regions it had recently claimed. Ethiopia itself was at this point yet to be touched by Italy's colonial hand. This was not the end of Italy versus Ethiopia. Europe had doubtlessly not surrendered on colonizing the excess African free states. As a matter of fact, Italy as of now really trusted Ethiopia to be an Italian protectorate by means of the Witcher Treaty. In the Italian interpretation, this provision had been very clear, yet for reasons unknown in the Emmerich interpretation, it was not, and instead seemed to give Ethiopia full independence. The Italians claimed that Menelik most likely realized he was signing a changed duplicate of the deal, yet that doesn't seem by all accounts to be the situation, as he had sent letters to both Germany and England in 1889, and was just educated by them that he could never have diplomatic relations with any European power beside Italy because of the rules laid out back at the Berlin Gathering. This provoked newly discovered pressures among Italy and its alleged protectorate.
Don't let that go over your head. He said, what you mean? Like, okay. I've seen another video, like this is giving like a really, short description, but this general was so brilliant. Like, he used the elements around him. He used the landscape of Ethiopia, the mountain ranges and stuff like that, to also defeat the Italians as well too. And the Italians and the Europeans, what they do is, what they've done all over Africa, they try to get other African tribes to go against each other. So the Italians, I forgot which tribe it was in Ethiopia, but they tried to bribe them to go on the Italian side, say, hey, we'll give you this amount of money and this and this and that if you help us overthrow this person. And for one of the most gangster shit that anybody in Africa has did, all the Ethiopians, they didn't care what tribe they came from. They put along all of their differences and said, this is Ethiopia. We're gonna work together to kick them out. And that was that. And this was a perfect example of what it can look like if we can put aside our petty differences between each other to push back the common enemy. You know what I mean? Let this just be an example. You know what I mean? Like, this was a beautiful, beautiful example. If I could find a better video, maybe another day, then we can maybe dive into that more particular. But I just think that was such a key point in Ethiopia's victory, is the fact that they decided to work together and collaborate and to push the Italians out, instead of just taking the money, which a lot of people do. Just take the money and then you pay for it in the long run. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Menelik denounced the secret condition of the arrangement and attempted to merge his own power all through Ethiopia. This introduced another period of Ethiopian patriotism, halfway energized by a boundless enemy of Italy, feeling yet additionally through the solidarity empowered by the new sovereign. When Italy started to hold on to little regions around the Ethiopian-Eritrean line, they anticipated that a portion of Menelik's adversaries should join their mission and battle against him. Yet rather, they generally hurried to the head side. This time, Italy's system to divide and conquer immediately disintegrated as the Ethiopians, paying little heed to past internal feuds, decided to join together and keep up with their freedom from the Europeans. Incidentally, Menelik was likewise now better prepared. Thanks to the Europeans, the Italians had given weapons to adversaries of the crown, including Menelik himself, preceding Johanna's demise that they expected would be involved against the Ethiopian Authority further military supplies from France and England, who wanted to hold Italy's development under wraps. When another conflict at last broke out among Italy and Ethiopia, the new patriotism and solidarity of the latter would ultimately prove to triumph. However, some tactical guidance was given from Russia. It was the cooperative endeavors of the Ethiopians that in the end crushed the Italians at the skirmish of Adwa. Following this definitive conflict, the settlement of Addis Ababa.
Yeah, don't let that slide
So
over your head either.
Russia
helped.
Russia's always been fond of black people. It's what I've been gathering over the last few years of just little sprinkles of information. I'm like, I don't.
Russia is the only European country who did not colonize anybody. Russia never colonized any African country. Matter of fact, let's go further. I'm curious about this.
When I was on TikTok, I think I seen all 3 black people that live in Russia. It was like, it's me, Tim, and Jessica. Then like, oh, okay.
All right. Russia never participated in the slave trade at all.
I thought not. Yeah, I thought not.
They never participated in the slave trade, and they never colonized any African country.
You know, I bet they age amazingly over there.
Yeah.
It's-
And they're the bad guys. But anyway, they also, Russia's also...
They also showed us the original depiction of the original people and Bible.
Yeah.
The pages that have been hidden away from years. They're like,
And you know
niggas.
the funny thing about that is that Russia is also very Orthodox Christian, just like Ethiopia. So they have that commonality as well too. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Is that a rare Russia W? Anyway, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Was endorsed in October of 1896 and constrained the Italians to perceive Ethiopian sovereignty. The result of these occasions and the great nature in which Ethiopia had shown off its abilities as a free country reinforced its ties with Russia and incited both England and France to ignite more amicable relations. This assumed a huge part in the security of Ethiopia's power and went far in dissuading other European magnificent powers from taking any actions against the Free State. Still, Italy was not exactly finished in 1935. The Second Italo-Ethiopian conflict broke out after Italy chose to attack Ethiopia once more. This time, however, Italy was truly effective when Ethiopia was attached and joined with the encompassing Italian assets of Eritrea to make Italian East Africa, which went on until the Italians exchanged sides in World War II. And in the end, it marked an arrangement in 1947 that recognized Ethiopia's freedom and expected Italy to pay $25 million in repayments. So Ethiopia was never colonized to some extent because of the error of the whole landmass prospects by Europe to some degree due to the Berlin meeting and the constraints it put on different realms in the area, yet to a great extent because of the versatility and assurance of local people. This locale was more evolved than other African territories, and it had more contact with other Muslim empires throughout the centuries.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share, and like our...
All right, round of applause, round of applause. Here's Ethiopia, man. Yeah, so I'm super excited to get into today's episode and just dive more into what Ethiopia looks like today and stuff like that as well too.
The
Now,
landscape.
yeah, it's beautiful.
What's that?
So this is also like a new discovery, like
A new?
seventh one in the world. So this is like it's a city that's built underground, but like they still have no idea how they did it.
Give me brain second to process. Wait, so many questions. A new wonder?
Yeah. So the Rock-hewn church. This is in Ethiopia.
I need something to scale so I can know how big that is.
Let me see if I can. Here we go. Let me see. What is unique about... So the Rock-hewn church of Lalibela are unique because they were carved from solid rock from top to bottom rather than built, and they were interconnected by tunnels and trenches, forming a complex of 11 churches, some freestanding and some attached to the mountains. So Now I need to see the age of these things because when I first heard about it, I was watching Ancient Aliens. That's my bad. They were talking about it. It was just like, because they was just like, the technology didn't exist for them to do this, for them to carve it from top to bottom. So
when was this discovered?
Let's see. Let's see. Discovered. The Ethiopians probably knew it for a minute. So they were built during the 12th and 13th century, and sites inclusion UNESCO World Heritage List occurring in 1978. So I guess to the main world, 1978 is when they recognized it.
Wow.
But yeah, so like literally like the top floor is floor 1, and it's opposite of what we do in buildings today. So yeah, for them to carve that, it's just like, how did they do that?
Work their way down too.
Yeah, and of course they're perfectly cut, perfect precision, like the pyramids. But
you said 13th century, like that's in like retrospect, like not that long ago.
Yeah, it's not that long. All right.
It's probably another reason why they didn't get colonized. It was like using the land around them, like they said.
All right. Now they're saying between the 7th century.
Oh, so y'all don't know.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because it keeps changing. Very interesting. If you guys know in the comments, please let us know. But yeah, a lot of amazing, interesting history about Ethiopia. And yeah, so that's just some of the history. If you guys know of any other videos you guys want us to watch on Ethiopia about this, I would love to dive into it more. This is just wanted to do a little preview before we dig into it. So, all right.
Top hill.